We're live. Des, thank you so much for joining us here today. This is the fourth part now of this interview series. So thank you very much for giving up your time. We're very grateful.
You're welcome, Connor. Delighted to be here with you.
Wonderful. So let's just get straight into it. For our audience and the delegates meeting you for the first time, could you give us a little background and insight into your career, your experiences, and your skills that have got us to this point in your career?
Yeah, so I trained as an accountant with PwC, and I went to work from PwC in Ireland, I went to go work with some small to medium-sized firms. From there, I went to work with the Institute of Certified Public Accountants here in Ireland as a very popular job as a quality control reviewer. And when I was working with the Institute of Certified Public Accountants here in Ireland, it struck me that there was a gap between what small to medium-sized accountants wanted in terms of help and support and what the institutes were able to give. So back in 2003, at the very tender age of 26, I set up OmniPro. And the idea of OmniPro was to help accountants with their technical needs, to help accountants with their CPD. But from there, it developed and evolved not only into technical training and technical support, but really that's where I found my passion in the form of Profit Pro, which is helping accountants build more profitable businesses.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's very crucial. You've obviously been handpicked by the Premium event as one of the most influential and impactful, I suppose, influencers in your profession. What is it that gives you this edge? What is it that makes you so impactful?
Well, first of all, I'm a little bit blushing. I'm not sure whether you can see it on the camera. It's such a nice thing to say, Connor. I suppose what makes the impact, I work with accountants. I'm an accountant myself. I understand the challenges that accountants face. I understand the technical difficulties. I understand the nuances of the business. Over the last 17 years, we have worked with thousands and thousands of accountants and hundreds of firms. So I guess I get the problems, the challenges, the limitations. The other thing is that I suppose I'm very similar to the people I serve in that I've built a business from scratch. I've built a business, we've got 25 people working with us. So I understand the challenges of balancing running a business, with building a business, with serving the customers, with keeping up to date. And I think really it's, what makes me a little bit different is how I look at the business of accounting. In my heart and soul, I'm a business builder. And I believe that accountants can build really successful, profitable businesses for themselves and their clients too. So I think what makes me different is that focus on business building and this really deep belief that accountants really play a huge part. I've watched it unfold throughout coronavirus over the last 10 months, the role that accountants have played in supporting businesses and business owners. And I think accountants are amazing people. It's a simple business. Let's just work it. Let's just get it right.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's very inspiring, actually. Let's go a little bit deeper into the company Profit Pro. Could you tell us, after such a challenging 2020, what 2021 might hold for you and the company?
I think what 2021 holds for me and the company is the very same as what 2021 holds for accountants. For me, 2021 is about innovation. It's about innovation. Back in March, April of this year, when I was speaking to Irish and UK accountants, I was talking about the technical revolution that I believed was going to come out of coronavirus. And that has happened. The rate of technological adoption, it's accelerated. And this is global commentators, not just me, has accelerated the implementation of technology by up to 4 or 5 years in the space of a few months. But what it's also done is it's shifted business. the whole business model has changed. I think that, you know, every business has to be online now. Every business has to be trading online in a different way. And I think accountants play a pivotal role in facilitating that transition. They have to transition their own businesses. They have to embrace and adopt technology, but then they have to help their clients get online, be online. So technology has always been a huge enabler. And now technology has become absolutely essential. But the transition and the innovation to online and different ways of doing what we used to do before, I think that's going to be the big thing for everybody. And the other thing that I think is going to be huge, and again, like, you know, some accountants are already there on this, but the whole concept of the membership economy. Accountants have been in this membership economy because we have recurring clients that come back year on year on year. But all around us, the membership economy is growing. So there's the obvious ones that people always talk about, like the Netflix and, you know, the Apple, how they're moving to these subscription models. But the memberized accounting firm, this is where we move from the old historic model of pricing after the event, through fixed pricing, through menu pricing, into memberized supply of services and truly building forever relationships. I think that's going to be big in 2021.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think the way you speak about that makes it incredibly interesting, very inspiring. So, yeah, I hope this draws a whole lot of people that need to be online to the premium event. Let's move a little bit further and go into the premium. Your topic for the talk at the event is asking yourself better quality, or asking yourself a better quality question. Not how, but who. Without giving too much away, are you able to explain this a little bit deeper and how delegates are going to get implementable ideas out of this topic?
Okay, so I'm going to give away something big here and now, Connor, and it's critical. Everybody who's going to be attending this conference knows it. But if we want to improve the quality of our business, if we want to improve the quality of our lives, it's about asking a better quality question of ourselves. And what I'm focusing on is the better quality question. When accountants are trying to build a business, so when we're trying to build businesses, as entrepreneurs, one of the challenges is that there's all these things we can do, but when we ask ourselves the question, how, it creates a weight on our shoulders. It creates a burden and a responsibility that we have to find this how. But the better quality question is, instead of asking how, ask who. Because when we ask who, well, now more things are possible. A collaborative approach to growing your business. With who's, literally anything is possible, internal who's and external who's. Because the reality here is, no matter what happens in the business of accountancy, it's all about people. It's all about relationships. So it's about finding the who's that are going to get us the result. Internal full-time who's, team members, internal part-time who's, remote working who's, which we've now opened up a global economy after coronavirus. It's not just that people aren't going into their offices anymore. We now have a global recruitment ground. And then to look at the who's of the customers. And the biggest question here, Connor, is to ask ourselves, who are we and who do we want to be? I see so many accountants who provide such unbelievable service and are so committed to the difference they make for their clients and their customers that aren't rewarded appropriately. And coronavirus, I think, has given us a chance to reassess what we really want to be and who we want to be, identify the non-negotiables, build a team of people around us, build the customers that team is going to serve, and take the biggest challenge that the world has ever faced and turn it into an opportunity. I'm not saying that this is all opportunity, but the opportunity for innovation, the opportunity to change how we deliver, and what we do and the who's do we have around us.
I think that's some incredibly powerful lyric, to be honest. Do you feel that the premium event is unique in the sense that it's, the more I speak to the speakers of this event, the more they bring out the focus in the people, the focus in the who? Do you think that that is something that's incredibly unique of the premium?
I've looked at the premium event, and I suppose it's an honor to be invited to the same stage as the people who are here. And I've looked at the profiles of the speakers, and I've looked at the themes and how the session is laid out. I think it's an excellent session. We run a lot of events. We run 200 events a year between Ireland and the UK. But I have learned from how this event has been put together, who's there, how it's threaded. It truly is going to be an exceptional event. It truly is. I don't believe anybody can attend this event and not come back out and be able to build a better business for themselves and their customers after it. Just how the speakers and the framework and the structure that has been put on it, around the various types of capital, the technology, the intellectual capital, the human capital, so the event is threaded together beautifully. And I'm not just excited to come and talk and meet South African accountants. I am going to be glued to the screen with pen and paper for every single speaker, because I expect to learn a huge amount at this event. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it.
If that doesn't draw delegates to this event, I honestly do not know what will. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Conor.
I've got absolutely nothing more. That was brilliant. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Conor, and I look forward to seeing you at the event.
Beautiful. Thank you.